Hey guys, our fourth renewable energy resource we know pretty well. We talked about hydropower in the past. Hydroelectric dams provide us with many benefits, including flood control, irrigation water, and of course, cheap, renewable, clean energy, right? No combustion. Of course, hydropower is in fact related to the sun, as the sun drives our hydrologic cycle. And so, causing evaporation from the oceans that seeds the clouds, precipitation then falls at high elevation. That falling precipitation lands at Earth's surface and runs over the Earth's surface with runoff downhill. And dams capture that and they store the energy, the potential energy of that high elevated water in massive reservoirs. That potential energy gets then released into kinetic energy as it passes through the turbine. The kinetic energy spins the turbines, creating mechanical energy. And of course, the generator creates electrical energy. There are some consequences, right? Aquatic ecosystems are severely disrupted by these dams. Rivers are like the veins and arteries of a continent. And so therefore a dam could represent sort of a heart attack or a blockage. Sediment gets trapped upstream, and therefore that sediment and those important nutrients are not delivered downstream, which provide critical habitat to wetlands adjacent to the river, as well as to the delta and the mouth of a river, where sediments act as a very important storm buffer. Furthermore, anadromous fish, both the spawning fish, the adults returning to their natal streams, and the juvenile fish trying to get out to the ocean, have a hard time overcoming these obstacles without the necessary bypass like fish ladders. Thermal pollution in the upstream portion of the dam as well, in the reservoir, lowers the dissolved oxygen and creates stagnant hot water conditions, which can often breed disease, especially in tropical areas. Dams are not the only use of hydropower, however. In the right areas, along interesting coastlines that have a unique morphology, usually where estuaries are found, where rivers meet the sea, tides become more pronounced. And these tides occur, of course, 2 times a day, 2 highs a day, 2 lows a day, based on the moon's gravitational pull, and to a lesser extent, the sun. That predictable nature allows us to tap into the flowing water of the high tide. So what humans can do in the right areas is build tidal barrages, which are long concrete structures built across the estuary. The barrages have tunnels along them containing turbines, which are turned when the water on one side flows through the barrage to the other side. So during the high tide stage, as the water is rushing inland into the estuary, we can capture that flow of water. The water is retained behind the barrage so that during low tide, during what we call ebb generation, we can re-release that high tide water back into the ocean as the water rushes back out to sea. These dam-like structures are said to have a lifespan of around 100 years. They are quite costly, but in the right locations can provide a really cheap, efficient, renewable source of energy. That's it, guys. We'll see you soon.